So number 2, in terms of turning digital visitors into customer, is you have to have the 3 content musts. Foundational content, content that changes the point of view, and customer stories. So let's go in these one by one. Foundational content is the content that visitors, business owners, expect to see, want to see when they're coming to your website. If you do not have this type of content, there's a very good chance you're going to lose the visitor. If you do have it, there's a very good chance you're going to move them down the funnel. So what does foundational content look like? Ideas and information related to your product. It's not about your product, and we're going to have some examples in a minute. It's ideas and information related to your product. This is consistent with your content mission. If you looked at our blog on this, we'd actually break this up into 2 points, but we want to make sure it fit. Answers to common objections and answers to common questions. Here's an example by, I think that's Xero, they do accounting solutions for small businesses, right? Does your business need a mobile accounting app? Perfect example of questions that people are asking, that business owners are asking. By the way, just going back for a second, if you're not sure what those questions and objections are, here's the easiest thing in the world to do. Take some of your top salespeople and ask them all, what are the top objections that you hear, and what are the top questions we get? Here's what I guarantee. You're going to find 5 that are asked 80% of the time in each category, objections and questions about the product. Develop some content around that. You can check this one off the list. And then, of course, product usage. Here's an example from QuickBooks. Video is obviously a great, particularly in the technology space, great way to have product usage content. This is a great way to get new customers onboarded and, of course, to retain them. Next, for those of you who, some of you may have seen this from CEB research. I believe it was last year. And what they found was that content that changes the point of view of the business owner is content that's more likely to be read, remembered, and shared. Okay? We expand our definition of content that changes the point of view a little bit. It's got to go above and beyond the obvious, inspires an owner to make a change in how they do things, and it answers questions not available elsewhere. This is a tall order these days. Okay? Think about it. Does your content check these boxes off? It's really, really hard to do this because everybody, again, is doing the content, but it's critical that you do this. When you're doing this right, you're getting business owners going, these guys know what they're talking about. I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna follow. Maybe I'm gonna even buy. And then here's a good example of content that changes the point of view. The key to content that changes the point of view is to use real experts, people who are either successful business owners or other executives in a business, or they're people who are working very closely with businesses every day. Here's some content from TriNet. Jack Killian is a real expert. I know Jack. Jack is he's probably in his mid-70s. He's probably started about 10 businesses. He's invested in countless more. He's a true expert. And this is a great topic. This is a topic also that's not covered everywhere. And it's based on his experiences running businesses. This is how you change the point of view of a business owner. Here's some more examples. This is from Solve magazine. It's an article on innovation. And this is clearly an expert. Jean is the woman who wrote the book, or wrote one of the books. Another important thing, by the way, if you want to change the point of view, back things up with facts. Back your stories up and your articles up and your content up with facts. And here you have some good statistics. Going back to experts, let's look on the other side of the spread here, on the right. So this content features things that companies are actually doing. These are real companies, and this is things that are working for them. This is content that changes the point of view. This is the content that drives people to come back. Third piece of content must, customer stories. We call this the triple play over at RSL Media. Why? You are publishing content that people love, that SMBs love. Your customers love this. Why? Getting exposure. And when they're getting exposure and you're writing about them, what are they likely to do? Share it. It's great. And of course, SMBs want to know what the other business owners are doing. I'm based in Manhattan. My company's based in Manhattan. And I can tell you that business owners like I met somebody over there. They're really doing a good job with HR. I wonder what they're doing. This is a great form of content. Fantastic form of content. This could live in case stories. I didn't say case studies, case stories. Add some drama to them, make them interesting, not the old boring case study. Customer profiles, which can have nothing to do with your product, by the way, but it's still engaging content. And or, of course, best practices.